Hey, recording this video after close trade Tuesday 24th July 2012. Hope you had a good day's trading, and well, we're getting really close to this 1320 type level here. 1.8 million contracts traded, closed at about 29.75, and in the after hours we're kind of heading down towards that 20 level. In terms of the trend line, today we closed below the trend line. You can see that's showed better trend line is now a green down bar here, so we're getting a break, not unlike this. So you know, this is incredibly important. The last time we kind of broke through, we kind of had a little bit of a bounce, but we're losing all of that energy kind of on these bounces on the way up. So breaking through that trend line, and we're perilously close. Here you go, we're at 23 in the after hours. Better X trend of that trailing stops 1320. Yeah, sometimes after a little bit of a sequence like this, kind of exhaustion selling bars 2 or 3 in a row, we kind of get a little bit of a bounce, you know, not unlike here, or maybe kind of here or here. So let's see. You know, better trend wasn't, you know, absolutely disastrous day, kind of a midway type reading, so we could get a bounce, but we're right here on this kind of important line. And you know, we've had this complex correction on the way up. Talked about this last couple of days. Support, resistance. You can see just batting backwards and forwards between this complex correction on the way up, and now we've got the energy is swinging on the downside. So I think it was Thursday last week, better sine wave kind of had a cyclical resistance level point. We've got this cyclical energy kind of pointing down, at least for the next few days. So you know, it could take us through that level, and it could be fairly big. And the trend oscillators, again, we're above zero. We're at 36 on the oscillator here, so the oscillator's got a few days to run before it gets kind of oversold kind of down here. So the next day or two is going to be absolutely critical. And here's the euro. So euro kind of came down again yesterday. The low we made was about 120 and 3/4. Today it was 120 and a half, you know, the 120 level. And we're through supports here. This is the point of this. We're through support on a daily chart, on the weekly chart, on the monthly chart. So we're into downtrends again, kind of big moves down. We've had our exhaustion selling on the downside here, but it's not held. We've kind of kept on going. So we've got to find, you know, pullback to end of trend on the daily chart to be the first kind of resting point for, you know, some way down on the way here. So this is, whoops, just turn that off. So you know, I just think the euro is now going to drop at some point. We're through these kind of trend lines and support levels and so on. So you're looking for that big kind of down day. In terms of the higher time frame, 40,500 tip chart, we did get our exhaustion selling on the downside here, but you know, it didn't come as like a left shoulder pullback to end of trend type move. We're just making these support resistance. We're kind of breaking through support. The last blue professional bar was at the end of today here. You can see on the highs and kind of coming through here. So you know, that just shows quite a lot of selling, but I think we're going to be through the support level here into a bigger move. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing happening, is everything starting to break down. We've got kind of wedges and support levels on a whole bunch of charts, like the British pound, gold and silver are sitting at kind of wedges and support levels that could easily just kind of drop to the downside. In terms of my trading today, I actually didn't want to trade. I took a trade before the open, which worked out nicely. Long trade at 41.25. Just walk you through that one. I was just exhausted after yesterday. I don't know why that is. So, you know, on days when I don't want to trade, you know, it's best not to push it, because you know, if you put yourself under pressure and then things don't kind of go well and you're not feeling well to start with, it can easily kind of unravel. But there was a setup kind of pre-open which worked out really nicely into the PMI kind of numbers, and I'll just walk you through that. So this is the overnight session. This is Monday into the open on Tuesday here. So this is Monday's close, Tuesday's open. You can see here we were just in this little bit of a wedge type pattern here. You can see support resistance holding on the 1500 tip bar chart. We're just forming this wedge here, but notice all the blue professional bars coming in at the lows here, buying the lows of the move here. A little bit of profit taking here by the professionals at the top of that move, but then we come back into this range. Blue professional bars kind of come in here, and then on this dip back down into kind of 39 blue professional bars at the lows here. Weaker and weaker selling kind of going on here. So these lows are kind of holding. Support level comes in, and then we have, I think it was a PMI number that came out just before 9 AM, something like that, and we had this little pop from that. It led to a kind of sell-off after that, which was a really nice move, pull back to end of trend. Again, always watch out for these divergence patterns on the 1500 tip bar chart for changes changes in trend. They're usually pretty good. So that was the setup here. When you go down to the lower time frame charts, this is the 500 tip bar chart again. This is the closing activity, close of Monday into the open on Tuesday. You can see here these dips. Blue professional bars kind of coming in. We have bullish divergence here. The signal for me that kind of gives me confidence that this is the right thing to do. So I know the professionals are buying into these dips here. But you can see these little amateur down bars. So the amateurs are trying to go short at this point, and it catches and we go the other way. Another amateur down bar we catch and we kind of go the other way. We have another little kind of come back into this area. Blue professional bars kind of come in right at a low, right at that support that comes in. The PMI number comes out, bang, we blast to the upside there. So it was a nice kind of trade to the upside. But it was those little amateur down bars after we'd seen the professional bars kind of coming into these lows, picking up these lows, that was the signal to kind of go in. So I was long 41.25 out at 45.25, and just to show you the 4500 tip bar chart, it was kind of a support level that was holding here, and that was that little pop that we got. And there we go, all those blue professional bars coming into that resistance point, we sell off. So there we go. I think the next couple of days we get a little bit of a bounce possibly tomorrow, or if overnight things kind of just fall apart, we kind of keep on going down this 120 level on the euro. We're inching closer and closer, and at that point psychologically it's a absolutely critical level, and I just think we'll get a whoosh at some point, whether it's today or tomorrow. So looking forward to that. I hope your trading went well today. Just got long 41.25, long 41.25, and what is it, 7:08 a.m. Chicago time. Reason for getting long. We just had an amateur down bar on the 500 tip bar chart here, so we kind of just been moving in this wedge pattern after yesterday's kind of reversal move. We kind of sold off pretty deeply, but we've kind of come into these lows about 38 first time in. All these blue professional bars bounced from there, kind of came back, blue professional bars at the lows. A little bit undecided here with this kind of blue professional bars at the top of this move, but then down at the bottom, kind of holding support, kind of came in again. Got resistance on the 1500 tip bar chart that we could be breaking above. On the 500 tip bar chart, there's those blue professional bars, exhaustion, solid bullish divergence. Next time around, we kind of came in. So this little amateur down bar, we just kind of broke back up above that. That was like a little bit of a testing bar and kind of coming back up. So yeah, a little bit early. Don't particularly want to trade today, so I want to just see if there's something to be had before the open, then be done. So just long 41.25. About 15 minutes later now, we've finally broken up to 42. So the reason for holding onto this is retracement. So I was in at 41.25 here. The retracement here is amateur down bars. This little, just like this little amateur down bar, kind of come back up. Amateur selling down, bang. So we're now above resistance on 1500 tip bar chart, and that was just a little bit of a pop. So let's see. Well, this thing's not breaking out quickly, just continue to settle underneath this resistance level at 42, but on this little spike down, blue professional bar kind of comes in. Love that's holding, kind of breaking above the high of that, so still hoping. It's 7:53 a.m. we got PMI number I think coming out at 8, so just wait and see if we get a little bit of a pop from that. Okay, there we go, the numbers just came out. We just had a spike up about 1.5 points, a little bit more. Blue professional bars, exhaustion buying, got 7,000 on better momentum here on 1500. So it looks like we're going to get a little bit of follow through. 45.25 is the target. So let's see, but this is good. Everything's kind of lined up now. We've got support on the 500, support on 15, support on 45, so everything's going to go in this way. Alright, here we go. We're already up at 44.5. 10,000 on better momentum, which is a pretty big reading. Blue professional bars kind of come in 1545. So I'm looking for 45.25 just up here, just for a little punch. I know, this is the beginning of coming out of a wedge pattern. This could go, a little bit higher. Because it's the beginning of an uptrending move. But what is it? 8:03 a.m. Chicago time. Just like to be out of this, be done, not have to trade today. So fingers crossed. 45.25 up here. So just holding on. Just taking out 45.25. Excellent. And just happened as we got pro signal exit on 1500 tip bar chart. We had about a 10,000 reading here. Blue professional bar altogether. Bang. So, good 8:06 a.m., so almost exactly an hour in that trade, but finally kind of came good. So a little bit of wiggling around here with these amateur down bars kind of showing the way. And then we finally kind of got blue professional bars kind of come in just before the data release bang. And that's what set us off in the right direction. 1500 tip bar chart is basically just playing into this support kind of region. Excellent, so that's good. Don't have to trade, it's one shot, one kill, so it's good. Hope you traded well today too.